Welcome to Rebirth Podcast. I'm your host, Shea.
And I'm your boy Corey, aka the Thinker. You was trying to rush it out of me, see? you over me thinking? Damn.
Thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of Rebirth Podcast. Tonight we are doing a special to our amazing fathers. So tune in, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to tonight's podcast.
Out of the ashes we will soar to a destiny we can't ignore. Heartbeats echo through the night with every dream and endless flight. Together strong, let's break the mold. Our rebirth and stories told. It's time to renew, rebuild, restore. Unlock the dreams we've been waiting for. Rise up higher, more and more. With every breath, a new dawn's roar.
Good evening. Welcome to Rebirth Podcast. I'm your host, Shea.
And I'm your boy Corey, aka the Thinker.
The Thinker.
I was waiting. I didn't know if you still let me think.
Happy Father's Day, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You know, we get that holiday. You know, it happens every June.
It happens every June. Yes. So how has your Father's Day been so far?
Father's Day has been good. I'm still being a father.
Okay.
Doesn't
two
stop.
Amazing young adults.
Yes, two amazing young adults, my son and my daughter.
Yeah.
It's one of my it is the greatest joy of my life, to be honest with you. So yeah, I know people say that that's where you get to see the real side of me.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm around my kids, they bring out the little kid in me, and I probably still talk to them like they're 5 sometimes, and I know that gets on their nerves, but they still be my babies. They always gonna be.
That's right.
Always gonna be.
I mean, my mother, she still be mothering me like I'm about 9, 10, 11, right?
Yeah.
So it never changes.
It's
and I'm
needed.
the same way with my son.
It's needed, especially in our community, especially in a time like this.
Absolutely. And you're an amazing father. I've always admired that about you. Seriously. Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
So probably myself, I wouldn't cry. Well, I appreciate it. No, I think that's a compliment. I think that.
So once again, guys, happy Father's Day to you. Thank you for tuning in on a Sunday.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. For our special and our tribute to fathers. Please share this. If you have not done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to tonight's podcast. And this is also our closing episode for season 6.
Man, you've been doing your thing this season with the men. I gotta give you your props. You are
leading up to what? The Rebirth Live.
There's always a reason.
That's right. We're leading up to the Rebirth Live. If you have not heard, we are coming back for this is number 6, right? For our 6th Rebirth Live at Theater Inn on October 17th. The tickets will be going on sale July 15th. So I'm putting the information out here for you guys because we won't be on air, but I will be making sure that I'm marketing everything so you can stay up to date. And you can also make sure you're just following us on all platforms so you can hear all the information that's coming out. Yeah. Okay. So again, October 17th. And also, if you would like to be a partner with us for the Rebirth Live, here's the information. We are looking for partners. And we have a silver package, a platinum package, and a gold package. We need this.
We definitely need it.
We need this.
I think that all of us have done 5 successful Rebirth Lives, right? And I think that it's now time for us to go ahead and expand and ask for partnerships and accept some partnerships, right? To make it that much more amazing that has already been. We've sold out every show. I think they've all been impactful.
Yes.
And I believe for sure that this one will be we say that all the time. This is going to be the best one, but I think this one is going to be a really good one.
Yes, for sure. So in order to become a partner today, just go to info@rebirthlive@gmail.com and send us an email, or you could just simply go to rebirthu.com and all the packages are there, and you can go right ahead and partner with us, and you'll see everything that comes with whatever package that you decide to subscribe to. Okay.
Yes, we'll advertise with you. Come to your house, get your dog. Whatever you need. Whatever you need.
Whatever you need. Yes.
That's what fathers do.
That's right. That's right. I mean? So let's get into tonight's topic.
Yes, a Father's Day special. So we're gonna call this, I think, the father effect.
The father effect.
The father effect.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And it's really going to talk about the importance of being a father.
Uh-huh.
We're going to touch on the power of presence and men showing up.
Okay.
We'll talk about the difference between pouring in and checking out on your children. Faith in fatherhood, because there has to be a foundation of faith. And then the imperfect father is something to talk about as well. Because I think that you hear fathers, you've heard fathers feel like they're not enough.
Yeah.
Or if they don't have money, they don't matter.
Yeah.
And the importance of presence and showing up. But we have some videos that we're gonna throw in there. We're gonna have a good conversation about fatherhood tonight.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And I wanna put it out there too, because just if you're not, how do I want to say this? I have men in my family that have been father figures to me, and my uncles, and I do look at them. All of them have played some type of father role to me, and I'm not their biological daughter.
Right.
So I also want you guys to know that anybody that is operating in someone's life as a father, this is for you as well.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't have to have a biological child to be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have men that are fathers to kids in the community, right? So this is to you. So this is for every man that has shown up, and have displayed those characteristics of what a father is and what it means to be that.
Yeah, for sure. And I think you kind of make a good point. And I think that, there's also role models, right? Like you may not be necessarily attached, like you said, biologically, or you may not be an uncle, but you may be, like you said, a father figure, or you may be a role model to someone in the community, right? Whether that be a boy or girl, to be honest with you. And I think it's just as important that they have somebody to go to, somebody that's going to support them, protect them, and guide them in the right direction, especially in today's time.
Yes.
Because I think I don't know, I made a post a couple weeks ago, and it talked about it was about the Carmelo Anthony trial, and how that just grabbed me. Like I just couldn't let it go during the day, right? But also I talked about, we don't really talk about the fathers that stay, or the men that stay. We talk about the ones that leave, or they're not there, or never showed up, right? But we don't really talk about the ones that stay.
That's right.
And we need to talk about that more, because they're out there. We're out there. You know what I mean? So, and I got so many people like text me on the side, like, yo, I definitely feel like that. You know what I mean? So definitely a level of importance. But question.
The other side of the story.
Yes,
right?
yes. Definitely coming soon. We have this, so I think I've talked about it on a couple of shows. So I'm a part of this, I'll call it a men's group. On Saturdays, where we do workout and we do therapy. We got to figure out something to call it, but anyway, it's called the man's world, right? So a group of us, and it's growing, right? We started out with like 4 people, now it's like 9 and 10.
Nice.
Right? Yeah, so like it's growing. And men are coming in on Saturday mornings, and we work out. We throw out a topic and talk about it in the circle. We go work out, and then we throw out another topic, right? And just the level of vulnerability that comes in that circle and things that are being talked about. And one of the things that we're talking about is how so many men feel like they're not enough, or they don't have the power to speak in the lives of their children. How they feel overshadowed or forgotten about, right? And how just the battles between career and being a father, right? Like, you got to sacrifice going out and making money and making sure that people have insurance and the family's taken care of, but your presence is not always there, right? The lack of father. How many men in that circle don't even know who their dad is, right? So where do you find the foundation on knowing what a father is, right?
That's a good question.
And balancing fatherhood with being a husband, fatherhood with being a boyfriend, fatherhood with being there's no foundation for it, right? And oftentimes we abandon the responsibility, not because we want to leave, but we have no reference point, right? And that becomes a fear. So shameless plug, Man's World Saturday, Churchman's Road. We'll share it. But
for sure. But I do have a question about that though, because if people want to drop in, like, what is the fee to drop in to work out?
There's no fee. It's free.
Are you serious?
Yeah, on Saturdays.
Okay, guys, y'all don't have no excuse to go
Saturday.
Get a workout in, and it's at 6
a.m. in the morning. So, and the reason why, and we talked about like bouncing around times, which maybe we will at some point.
Yeah.
But it's early in the morning before everybody wakes up.
Yeah.
It's it's like 6 to like sometimes we run to like 7:30.
Okay.
And sometimes we don't work out. We just talk. Like if the conversation's going well, we may just leave it at talking, right? We always end in prayer. Whether one of us takes us out, we're all added in a group chat where we talk all day. I mean, we talk most of the day, right?
Yeah.
And just inside of that circle, LLCs have been started. People started their own businesses. People are taking certifications. People are getting jobs. People are getting healthy, right? There's, between just me and Greg, shout out to Greg Seed. We've lost. I mean, I think I dropped 25. Greg,
what? You better go. You better go.
Yeah. But so like, it's hard work. It's hard work, but I think that we've gained a sense of awareness of each other and a brotherhood of men that just really didn't know each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
I love that.
But I'll definitely get more information. We'll kind of put it up here just so folks can join. But it's free.
Good.
Yeah, for sure.
Sounds good.
For sure. So I wanted to ask the question. So obviously, speaking of the importance of fatherhood, I know what it's like for me to be a father. I know what my relationship was like with my dad, right? And I was half spoiled, right? I'm the youngest, right? So, they say no two kids get the same parent.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Very true.
And, we don't talk about enough what it's like being the youngest, because you get all the hate, so to speak, right? But I was definitely spoiled. My dad took care of us. I remember just his wit and how all his kids, all of us know him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like distant or nothing like that. Like we know him.
Yeah.
I remember watching wrestling with him on Saturdays. I remember watching, I liked cartoons. Don't get me wrong. Right. But like, I was definitely a Sanford and Son kid and watching all those shows and A-Team and Westerns and all of these things. Right. Like, I still remember his Chinese food order. Right. So like, all of these things that we and how to groom yourself and how to show up. And he was a mama's boy to an extent. He loved on his mom. And I watched that. So like all of these things, as you grow up, you take some of those things in.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I say all that to say, and even in your profession, right? Like, what is the importance of a father figure, or some of those things from a woman's point of view? Because sometimes I think men need to hear that from a woman of how important it is, and being a mother, right? Like, the importance of what that looks like for a father being needed in a house.
Yeah.
Or just a relationship, per se.
I think structure. I think structure comes to mind for me. Even when you think as a mom, sometimes we might think that the dads are being too hard, right? Especially on the sons.
Yeah.
But as you see your kids, growing, you realize, like, I think moms, we can take I have sons, so I only can speak from a boy mom's perspective, right? We can take our sons to a certain level, right? And it's important that balance is there. We're nurturers, and we can discipline as well. But there is something about a man leading another young man into manhood that is so important, and that structure is needed. And the modeling is needed, because I can't model to my sons how to be a man.
Yeah, for sure.
I can model to them how to be exactly what I am, and that's a woman.
Yeah.
But So I think structure is very important in modeling. I would definitely say.
Yeah, and we kind of was going to speak about like the power of the presence of him being there, a man being there. And again, like I said, like you said earlier, it's father figure, it's role model, and it's so important that they are able to see balance in emotion.
Yes.
But it's also important, just as important, to see a balance in a man's emotion. Everything doesn't have to be accelerated all the time. Everything doesn't have to be what we call masculine man, and anger and expressing emotion in a way that's loud but wrong. Right. Because a lot of times we parent what we know and what we grew up around and what society says it should look like.
Yes.
And that's sometimes where we crash into brick walls. Right. Because just as relationships between romantically is to that relationship, so is the relationship with your children. And it shouldn't have to be look what happens next door, what your mom and dad did when they grew up, because some of that is wrong. You know what I mean? So, I think the power of the presence in showing boys and girls how to deal with failure, how to deal with just emotion, and being able to come to your dad independent of mom. Because mom is this, you're attached to mom forever. Right. But you have to be able to have that soft spot and find the softness inside of your father.
Absolutely.
You should be able to go talk to him just as much as you're able to talk to your mom. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Which led to me, I know we were exchanging like videos a couple weeks ago. And one of the videos that you sent me, and honestly, it almost made me tear up.
Choke up. Did it choke you up?
Yeah, I had to turn it off halfway. I'm like, all right.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, which one?
It was the one with the little boy that was trying to jump.
Oh yes. Okay.
So we're gonna show that video and then kind of talk about that.
Take brave here. That's how you be brave, buddy. Come here. That's how you be brave. I know. You're about to make me cry. That's how you be brave. That's right. Hey, fear is an illusion. Once you
that did choke me up.
Yeah.
That definitely choked me up. He was like, yes.
Yeah, right. But what I noticed, one, that his father, he gave them the option to say, we can take the weight off so you don't have to jump as high. And the little boy said, no, I wanted to do like that. On a previous clip, his sister was in the room too, right? And another one, I think he tried to jump and his sister was in the room and she was cheering him on.
Okay.
But in this particular clip, he said, no, I want to leave it the way that it is. So not only did he make the jump, and he just let him make the mistake and then make the decision for himself.
Yeah.
But even when he cried and said, yeah, he tried to, not try, because I don't think he was aware. Down. I was like, no. That's what it's like. You know what I mean? Like he let him feel that moment, and that's so important.
Yeah.
That you get to see your father do that, right? Because so many times, and we talked about it, and just like you think about like coaching, how many times fathers show up from cheering their kids along, and all of those things are great. Sometimes we live through our kids, right? Like failures but you have to be able to walk them through. Disappointment, making the wrong decisions, fear, being scared, and you're there to cheer them on anyway.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Whether they fail or not, you're there to cheer them on anyway.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing that's super important. And a friend of mine that I met at work, and we're like brothers now. Shout out to Marty. He said to me one time, you always want to be in a position that your kids are able to tell you anything.
Exactly. I totally agree with that.
Right. And that always sat with me, even after he said it to me like 10 years ago, right? And that's not always easy, right? But it's definitely something that I've definitely carried inside of how I respond to certain things that my kids bring to me.
Yeah.
Things that I know that they don't know that I know, because it's important that they know that regardless of what the decision is or what happened, that I'm going to be there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Especially as a father, and a Black father at that. And why that connected to me so much, and especially this past week and a half with Carmelo, is because oftentimes our kids are not in our presence.
Right.
And anything could happen.
That's right.
And you want to make sure that they echo the things that you taught them.
Yeah.
Right. And they know that there's another way to handle things as a man. I don't have to jump out the window and attack you. I don't have to. I can just stand still and not speak. And that's just as powerful as me reacting. And that's the thing that will carry you through life. With your woman, with your job, with your relationships, with your friends, all kinds of things, with yourself. With yourself. It's, and I don't know what I forgot the actual rate. The suicide rate amongst men is so high. It would be earth shattering for you to, it's just how quick those things are. We're just willing to accept whatever. But I say all that to say the presence of a father figure, presence of a role model is so important in those small segments of life. Those are the things that carry you.
It really is. And to add to the suicide situation, men, when they do commit suicide, they commit it the most violent way.
Yeah.
Right? The most violent way. So just it's just important. You brought up something, how you, like you said, how you never know you're going to respond. Something just recently happened to my oldest son and his one of his best friends, Josh. They went, and I literally had this conversation with my sons probably about 2 weeks ago. And I'm so glad I did, because I don't even know what led me to have this conversation. But we know racism, I mean, is well alive.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I remember saying to them, I said, one day you might be faced where someone calls you a racial slur. And in that moment, you got to really decide how you're going to respond.
100%, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know that day was going to be this soon.
Oh, okay.
Right? So they went to play basketball at this park called Barksdale, somewhere over there by University of Delaware. Okay. Right, exactly. So it was just him and his friend on the court, and they finished playing, and then they just sat down on the bench just talking. A car drove past them with about 4 Caucasian young guys, and they yelled out the window the N-word 3 times and just kept saying it and sped off. Cowards, right? Yeah, sure. Cowards, right? So my son, they came home, him and his friend, and I was sitting on the couch, and he's like, "Mom, can we talk to you?" And I was like, "Sure." Again, being available where they feel comfortable, where they can come and talk to you about anything. And he was just like, "Remember what you said to me a couple weeks ago?" And I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, it happened." And I was like, "Okay, let's sit down, let's process it." You know? Yeah. And he told me what happened, and I said, "So when that happened to you," I said, "what came up for you? How did it make you feel?" And he was just like, I don't know. Like he was so, confused about what emotions and stuff. And he said, "I'm glad I wasn't driving." He said, "Because I kind of feel like I would have went after them." And then he was just like, but we just kind of looked at each other and was just like, "Did that just happen?" Yeah. And so I asked his friend the same thing, and he was like, "It didn't make me feel good at all."
Yeah, for sure.
So you know, to be able to sit down and process that, because that happened to me before, right? It happened to me twice, and I know how it felt for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So to be able to and this is still happening in today's time, it's important to have that space to be able to process these type of things with our kids.
Yeah.
You know, so I just wanted to share that because you had brought, you had mentioned that. So
no, I think that's a good point, but like it was direct. But to his point, what if I was in my car and I would have followed, right? What if we would have chased? What if they would have got out the car, right? Like, how do you respond to something like that, right? And that's an attack on a question to ego, a question to pride, a question to fear,
right?
Because
anger,
right. So, I think so kudos to you for. Well, for them for coming home and saying, "Can we talk?"
Yeah.
Right. Because sometimes that conversation may not make it to home.
Absolutely.
That just happens amongst their friend group, and then you know how they move today.
Yeah.
Like, it's very different.
Yeah.
Right. So kudos to you for that. But I think also those are why I say it's important for them to see the model. You talked about the model of dad handling things away that is not always an attack or violent.
Yeah.
You know
for
what
sure.
I mean?
Thank you.
No problem. So let's to the next one. So like pouring in and checking out.
Yes.
Pouring in and checking out. So how do we pour into our children as fathers? Right. And I think sometimes it gets confusing because what does pouring in look like? How are we poured into? Right. So like if our and we keep talking about, like, I don't want to like make it all about sons because we're fathers, because girl dads is a real thing.
Yeah,
just like,
it is. Absolutely.
Right? And I don't know. I remember one time we were at like a basketball game, and I'm sitting there, and my daughter says, "Dad, like, you have like $2. You want to go to concession stand?" And I was like, "Nah, I didn't have cash. Right? I just had like card." I was like, "Nah, I don't have it." She was just like, "Wow." I said, "What?" She was like,
"You broke."
She was like, "Not even that." She was just like, "No, I've never heard you tell me no." I said, "Well, I'm not." Then I get like, "I'm not saying no. I just don't have cash."
I don't have cash.
Right. But I say all that to say, like, my yeah. And she likes, and it's still like sometimes she does it now. Like, she's been on this thing like that. "Don't you want to get like a dog?" And I'm like, "Nah, I don't." And she was like, "Why?" She's, "I think you would be good with a dog." I said, "I'm sure I will, but like, that's a heavy responsibility. I don't, whatever." And she's like, so she starts sending me pictures of the dog, and I'm just like, "Why are you doing this?"
Aww.
Because then she's like looking at me, and I'm like, like, I can't stop sending me pictures of the dog. I don't like the dog. Dog's ugly. Right? So like, I'm trying to find reasons as to be like, "No, I'm not getting this dog," which I'm not, right? But I say all that to say, like, she makes me melt. Like, when my daughter's around me, she's just a different thing.
That.
And I
love that.
Yesterday, she was out all weekend, and something said, like, "You just text her, I love you." So I just stopped what I was doing and I just texted. And those things matter. Absolutely. Right? Like, just I remember a girlfriend of mine, we were talking about something, and she said, "The first time I ever heard my parents say I love you, I was 26." 26. Can you imagine not hearing I love you at 26 years old as a girl? Right? And how much we just take that for granted that's happening, and we know that. You know what I mean? So I just think it was important that you kind of speak life into those situations, and how do you, again, like, you pour into them in those type of ways, right? And one of the things that we talked about, like, pouring in and then checking out, and I was saying to you earlier, just in that men's circle, some of the conversations that are had, it's like, why do men check out? What are the things that we deal with from a relationship perspective with ourselves first, right? And I remember so many conversations around, like, if I don't have money and I can't provide, I feel like my presence isn't
providership
needed.
Is a big one. Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And where does that come from? And how do we? And I'm not saying it's not important, But I remember the story where this kid went and asked his dad, I know you have a meeting to go to, but how much is that meeting? And he went and got his piggy bank.
Oh.
And he just really wanted his dad just to be there. Right. And so oftentimes I remember, I remember my kid, that was actually my daughter was talking to me. She was like, Dad, like, I remember you just worked so much and you were there, but sometimes you just wasn't present.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we have to make sure that we are mindful of that. Right. And we can just be there, but our presence matters. We need to be checked in, and putting our phone down.
Absolutely.
Making sure emotionally available. Right.
Absolutely.
And I think sometimes we take that for granted, and just being there. And how are we showing up for our children as men, and challenging each other, and making sure that we all are showing and supporting. Like I never got a chance to like coach my son's team, because I was just like, listen, I would definitely get thrown off the field for being like, because I totally would get the text and all that. Like I'm just like, I'm better about being a fan, right? And how important it is for us to just kind of show up and just be there. And like another thing, like I remember Deion Sanders was talking to, his team, like his when he's coaching in Colorado, and he was sent the email out to all the dads, and just said, like, guys, like, I just need you to show up. I ain't telling you that you need to come with sign.
Just come.
When he looks up, he just needs you to see you there, right? And just the power of that, which kind of leads into how do we deal with. Talked about pouring in, but how do we deal with what's called toxic masculinity and soft parenting? This thing called soft parenting is a thing, right? That some men will say, like, well, I don't do that soft parenting stuff. Like, men need to be, kids need to be. We'll maybe do it with our daughters, but when it comes to our boys, we can't do that. Can't do that, right? And that's also important. So what we want to make sure that we're doing is showing up in a way that's modeling that behavior. But I did want to show one more video.
To answer that question, I think emotional intelligence needs to be learned. Right. Sure. And the whole providership and all of that comes from how men are groomed early on as young boys. They're not taught to be emotionally available. They're taught that they need to provide for their families.
Right now.
And now I think now things are changing, right? But our men that's around our age and stuff like that, that's what they measure success by. The ability to provide.
We keep score,
and we have to guys, providership is not just about what money you're bringing into the house. You know what I'm saying? It's everything, right? So if you're not, like today, you have a lot of people that are together where the women are earning the men. And some men do have a problem with that because they don't feel that they're providers.
For sure.
But providers is not about you making a higher salary.
For sure.
Right? So we have to just kind of change the definition of what that looks like and have more conversations surrounding. But I think emotional intelligence needs to be developed in some of our men.
Because I think I think you nailed it. I think speaking to that balance is super important. And sometimes it's this.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Sometimes it's way more important than providing the financial piece, right? Because you can't take the money with you all the time.
Right, exactly.
You
can't take it with you, period.
You sure can.
Okay. So let's go to the next video.
Now this video will be the one with Jason Wilson. You ever seen Jason Wilson?
Yes, I have.
With the beard.
Yes, I have. Yes.
Jason Wilson. And he's kind of talking about like toxic masculinity and when I have to raise my voice. But raising it in a way that is motivation.
Yes.
As opposed to.
This is good. Yeah.
How do I decipher between what's masculinity and what's toxicity? And then sometimes ego. How do you tell your young men the difference between those things?
All right, that's really good, bro, because again, and I want to say this again so brothers don't misconstrue what we're saying, you have to be able to flip that switch. You have to be able, like when I worked 12 hours a day for Coca-Cola, I ain't had time to be crying. I had to get to work because my daughter needed insurance. You got me? I had to put that music career on hold so I could provide for my family. Now, to your point, let's say yelling, for example. So in the cave of Adullam, people see me being able to help boys navigate their emotions. Some of them cry, some of them have anger, whatever. I'm not always like this in the cave talking. I said, come on, Jeremiah, you got it, baby. You can do it, baby. You stronger than that. Let's go, let's go, let's go. It's not, man, you a loser, man. You soft. I'm going to kick you off the squad right now. You're going to be on the bench. You ain't nothing. I knew you was a hoe. Get out of here. You a mama's boy. See the difference? One is condemning. One is condemning. One is uplifting. Yelling is a powerful tool when they know you love them. They'll run through the wall when they know you love them. See, yelling, pushing them through drills, teaching them, like, having control when you're tapping your brother out. Like, don't go right to the lock. Count 1, 2, 3. Give them time. Control. That's how we teach them that. They got to get used to it. When they leave our homes, they're not going to have men like us around. I want you to, my son Jason, I want you to deal with your boss if he raises his voice at you. Jason, I didn't like the way you handled that discussion in the meeting. I need you to do better next time. I don't need you to get in your feelings. In that moment, you say, yes, sir, I completely agree. If you don't agree, you don't need to say it in that moment. Wait till tomorrow and say, hey, can we have a meeting, sir? And then you learn how to express yourself for real.
That's so good.
Right.
That is so good. I think every young man needs to see that video.
Sure.
That is so good.
Yeah.
I like him now.
Yeah, he's a good dude. And I think it's just so important that we show what balance looks like.
Absolutely.
Right? Because I can raise my voice, but I can, like he said, raising your voice when they know that you love them is a very different thing. But if we don't have that relationship and me raising my voice could turn you off and shield you away from accountability or motivation. And now I can't come to you because I already feel like it's going to be this. Right?
Absolutely.
Now it's overpouring on my own. Because now that's the only soft place I can go to is my mom. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I think it's definitely important, man. I think that fathers need to definitely hear that. I think, again, what we're doing just inside of this circle of manhood, and it doesn't have to be with us, but I think that it's a real conversation that men need to have as fathers, because so many of us have it twisted. Right. And so many of us have bad experiences that we really need to talk about and talk through to get to the other side of it, to show up differently, to show up better, to know that there's real value inside of our presence as opposed to our wallet, inside of our presence as opposed to just being with the mom. Right. Fatherhood looks like a totally different thing than what we were taught. It looks like. Yeah. And we need to kind of speak to that.
And I think, ladies, we got to stop saying just because we're not with the father of our children doesn't mean that you're a single parent.
Oh.
That does not mean that you're a single parent. That's not true. Because if that father is involved in the child's life and is help raising them, you're not single parenting. Yeah. You're just not together. Right?
Part 2 of Father's Day.
That's a whole nother show. But I think that we say that, I'm a single mom, I'm a single parent. No, my son's father is involved in their lives and involved in their parenting. 100%, so we co-parents, right? So we gotta we have to change that or understand the definition of what single parenting actually is versus the father is involved.
2026, bro. You doing,
Listen, honey, I've been listen, wait till what 2027 going on. Okay, all right.
Yeah. So cool. I think we need to do a part 2 to this, right? And I'm gonna see. I know I've talked about the fellas a lot. I'm gonna see if they're interested in coming on and kind of speaking to some of the things we talk about. Yeah, because fatherhood is a big conversation that we talk about. Yeah. So we probably need to. Yeah, do that. And again, let's bring back up the Rebirth Live, October 17th.
15th, we are going to be having these type of topics, right? We are going to be talking about fatherhood and all kinds of things, right? What does it mean to be a provider, and all of those things, right? So I'm excited about what's to come. Now, guys, I know we said earlier that this will be our last episode for season 6. We are taking the month of July off, but we will be back and late August. Yes. I don't have a date yet, but we will be back late August for season 7. So we are at season 7. That's Look at God. Crazy. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, God. So I'm so excited about that. It has been a rough season. I'm not going to say rough, but I'm going to say that there has been some challenges, and I feel that when you are going through things and you're being challenged, then your rebirth is coming, right? Your rebirth is coming, right? Yeah. So I have definitely been in a lab, and it's going to be a great season for season 7. So make sure you guys continue to follow us, continue to pray for us, continue to support us. And again, July 15th will be the opening pre-sale for Rebirth Live. We will also be opening up vendor availability. I have people already reaching out for vendor.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
So I'm going to try to get that out by the end of the week. And again, if you want to partner with us as a sponsor, please go to rebirthu.com right now and pick your package so we can start working on the sponsorship for the Rebirth Live. So Corey, this has been a great topic. Thank you for bringing that to us on this beautiful Father's Day.
Absolutely.
I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you as a friend, as a co-host. You are so supportive to me and everything that I've been doing, to Rebirth in general. And I wish you a wonderful, happy Father's Day. And I just want to end tonight's show by telling you how much we love you, but also telling someone else wants to tell you how much they love you.
Yeah, I know better.
Happy Father's Day, Dad. I think my dad is a great dad because he's always there when I need to talk. He's always going to answer the phone if I come in upset, or even if I come in happy. But if I call, he's going to answer, whether that's for advice, or I just need to vent, or I just want to share something funny. He's always there to talk. Honorable mention, he has the best music taste in the world. I always say he should have always picked up a side hustle as a DJ. But yeah, I love you, Dad. Happy Father's Day.
Father's Day is slowly approaching, so I just wanted to say Happy Father's Day, Dad. I love you. Thank you for everything that you've done for me. Thank you for giving me life. I want to thank God as well for choosing you to be my father. Thank you for always knowing what type of young man I'll be on the other side of every fire we walk through. I want you to always deeply think and never forget how much I love you. And I want to thank you for always being present, whether I saw you or not, and always showing up and being willing to make my problems or a problem or anything I was going through a part of your everyday life.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank y'all. That was fire.
Thank you to Christian and Shea. Thank you so much for getting that to me. I really appreciate it. Thank you to Mama G for connecting me. Really appreciate it. Just wanted to do something special for you. So
I appreciate that. That was dope. Thank you so much.
Happy Father's Day to everybody. We will see you season 7. We love you. Thank you so much. It's a wrap.